Vance with his opinion on how people planning on sitting out the election.
There was a time 30 or so years ago when I was miserable, most unhappy with myself, my life, my job. Hanging out with a friend one night, told him all about it, particularly my intention to quit my job. His question, who's going to take your place? My answer, don't know, don't care. That's when he dropped something on me that has informed so many decisions since that day. He said to me, you have to care and you can't quit. Too many people suffered mightily to put you in that seat, got their heads busted open, attacked by savage dogs, smashed into walls by fire hoses. Somebody else can up and quit whenever they want, but you can't, unless and until there's somebody who looks like you to sit in that chair, because you owe too much to too many people. Then he told me to get off my pity pot and get back to work. I am reminded of all that by what I've been hearing and reading over the past several weeks. Millennials, so many of whom are talking about sitting out this election, not voting. They're complaining about their dissatisfaction with, if not their disdain for, the major party candidates. They're saying neither party really addresses their needs or works for them. I heard one young sister ask a colleague, give me a reason I should invest my time and energy in a system that's such a wreck. Well, I've got one, sister. In fact, I've got thousands. You want a reason to participate? Look upstairs or around the corner or back home wherever you were raised. Look to your parents, or better yet, look to your grandparents. Or maybe Miss Sophie, who used to do your hair. Or Mr. Williams, who had the shoe shine stand in your grandfather's barbershop. Look to your Uncle Tommy, or all the men and women who have endured unconscionable indignities, the likes of which you have never known and never will. Because long before you were born, all those folks rose and stood together and marched and litigated and were caused to fear for their lives by demanding their right to vote and to be treated like human beings. You want a reason to vote? Let me give you half a dozen off the top of my head. Use that smartphone of yours and look up Fred Shuttlesworth. See what he and his wife went through. Look up Andrew Goodman and Michael Schwerner and James Chaney. See what happened to them. Google John Lewis and Fannie Lou Hamer and Frank Smith. The list goes on and on and on. I promise you'll have a tougher time finding somebody to wait on you at the Apple store than you will finding a reason to vote. Let me make it clear. Our national face is replete with warts and all manner of societal and governmental deformities. But you better believe it's a whole lot cleaner face than the one your grandmama had to deal with damn near every day of her life. She did her part to effect change. And I salute all of you who are committed to doing yours. But I beg of you, don't disregard your franchise or disrespect all those who suffered so much to ensure your right to exercise it. It is in fact more than a right. It is a privilege. And while you do indeed have the right not to vote, so many of you have an even greater obligation to do so. You owe way too much to way too many not to.